Sage Accounts Network. And so we'll provide that for everyone to be able to take advantage of these particular areas. One thing to move into the next area with Dmitry of electronic RPA, we are going to run, just due to some technical difficulties unfortunately we had, we're going to run a little bit longer, but we still have a couple amazing guests to talk more, so please stick with us if you can. So next I want to introduce you to the CIO of electronic RPA, who is our partner, and we're actually the first vendor to be partnered with one of the top 5 RPA vendors in the world. And so we're really excited to have him here and share with the things that we're doing and what RPA looks like and how that can benefit you and your firm and innovation. So with that, go ahead, Dmitry. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Rafael. Hi, everyone. It's a big pleasure to be here with you today. I tried to be as brief as possible, and I hope that if you find the topic of robotic process automation interesting, you will follow up with us. We work with Sage, we develop use cases together, we have special discount program for Sage, and overall want to engage more with accounting community and to build more cases to make sure that we help the industry to move forward and we help in the right way. I myself spent 6 years working at Ernst & Young. I led their global innovation team in Palo Alto and build accelerator for internal ideas, which in accounting, in audit, is a lot about investing in intelligent automation to make the work of our people more productive, and at the same time finding opportunities for your own companies to better serve clients, to expand to new services, and to do what you did historically much quicker and without any human factor. So let's move forward. And forward. So what is robotic process automation? In essence, you can automate any work on a computer if you can describe an instruction for that doesn't assume much judgment. So it's about finding automatically repetitive processes that employees do on the computer. That's about designing automations that are complex yet easy to build and impactful. Running these automations to save time and money. For example, moving chart of accounts into Sage Cloud products, or taking any data from Excel table and moving into any system, or from bank statement, or from invoice, or from any other type of standard business document. That's a lot about connecting the gaps in your IT infrastructure. So whenever you see people doing copy pasting, know that could be automated. And if in your business process you do a lot of that, then make sure you automate it, because if you don't, the competitors will, and they will be offering better client service. Let's move forward. So a lot about RPA is about bringing more process to process, bringing more control to control. What does it mean? So you build automations. These are bots. They can talk to each other. They can process files in order. They can onboard customers in order. They can interact with each other. We are talking here not about completely replacing humans in some operations, but about taking them off from where they should not be. So we've seen many client cases, and we work with companies of different sizes, that usually you can free up a lot of time, up to 50% of your teams, if what they really do is about working with data. And it doesn't mean that you need to fire people. It means that you don't need to pay for overtimes. You'll make people happier. You can pretty much grow without growing your headcount. And I think that's the most lucrative opportunity overall in modern business automation. So we've developed a tool that allows bots built on ElectroNeek to connect with each other and work in a completely automated manner 24/7. It's called Orchestrator. So definitely we'll be happy to demo you that. Let's move forward. So why specifically in accounting that's the right time to invest in technologies like RPA? Let's move. That's pretty much because accounting sits in a lot of repetitive processes and there's a lot of gaps in IT infrastructure. There are a lot of data silos. So many opportunities for automation, and it's just the question whether you do them or your competitors will do. sorry, I want to go through slides a bit faster. So pretty much we currently partner with 3 out of big 4 companies, with Accenture and working with Capgemini as well, and a network of many smaller partners to help implement these technologies in companies of all sizes. We have Fortune 500 and Global 2000 clients, but where we really want to be, we want to be with smaller firms, let's say 50 to 100 people or more, where we know we can create an impact in a relatively short time frame, where we can start a project and in 2 months we will be able to see significant time gains and improvement in client services. Or even earlier, for simpler use cases, you can develop a bot as quick as in a day or 2. Okay, so what we think is important, even if you don't consider ElectroNeek as a vendor for RPA, when you evaluate automation opportunities, think about these 4 factors. Many processes, they exist only on employees' desktops. They are repeatable in nature. You may not know about them. That's a good chance. And many companies struggle because they don't have data to prove that they can get a lot of ROI on investments in such automations. Our tool can do it automatically, of course. That vendors should provide you with the opportunity to implement affordably. Maybe 98% of all Fortune 500 companies currently use RPA, but they paid a lot of that. They made big investments in these technologies in the past. They have own centers of excellence and so on. But we made the technology much more affordable to smaller firms. And now don't even think about competition on price when we talk about affordability. And affordability doesn't come from license cost. Affordability comes from ability of the most junior IT professionals or even your internal business users who are IT savvy to develop that workflows. It comes from your ability as a leader or manager to understand the results of analytics, to understand the ROI of automation. Excel integration is something really interesting that no one, for some reason in this space, thought about business users, about, let's say, accountants, as users, as designers of automations in Excel. We took that lens and we made the process of taking data from Excel from anywhere or putting data in Excel from anywhere, something that anyone can do because it's visual. You use drag and drop, or you pretty much draw the table with your mouse. We have a new release next week. It's called ElectroNeek Phoenix. We're going to demo the features part of that. No one else in the market is offering a visual way to extend recording macros from Excel to any other app. That's what we do. Let's move forward. And of course, integrations with Sage products. Rafael can probably tell more, or we will be happy to follow up, sending you the exact description of case of how we build bots that accelerate onboarding of your clients with regard to taking their chart of accounts, their ledger. I don't know, it depends probably on how fast internet you have, but the bot works maybe 25x faster than a human doing the same process. So don't take my words for granted. We have a lot of traction in the industry. We got recognition from all rating agencies. We've been named the easiest to use platform by Capterra and G2. That's where 100,000 of US mid-market and small companies shop for their IT solutions. It's based on verified customer feedback. We have Y Combinator as one of the investors. It's probably one of the hardest to get in the technology market. And it just happened this year, so we're growing, and we would be happy to work with clients on the long term to make sure we develop cases for you specifically, and we are willing to invest in anything related to accounting use cases so you are successful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here, Dmitry. And again, this information, we'll be sending this all out to you. We did put the links to Boostability's webpage as well as ElectroNeek and Sage's webpage on the chat, but we'll send all this information out to you. And like Dmitry said, we built out a bot, and it's just the tip of the iceberg to actually help you onboard your clients, from cleaning up the existing standard out-of-the-box chart of accounts and then bringing in a chart of accounts that's specific to the industry client that you're in. So thank you so much, Dmitry. If anyone has any questions as well, you can reach myself, and we can have some RPA consultation with myself and Dmitry, and really help you get to that point of comfortability and taking the next step in that innovation. So thank you so much, Dmitry.